Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN, and today I got my main man Dej. What you saying, bro?
Bro, I have to say it's a pleasure to be here. The fact that we had to wait until Thursday to do the show is a travesty, but I can't lie. The longer we seem to wait, the more news we got, baby. So, bro, I'm in a good mood, man. You know what I mean? A lot has happened since we last spoke, bro. A lot of things that I predicted. Because on this show last week, I told you and Brandon, I said I don't see you, man, at home getting 3 points against Brentford. I was shut down like a plane from the sky. You guys, we're going to beat Brentford at home, rare, this and that. I'm like, look, I'm a football man. Man can see with my own two eyes what Arsenal's capable of. But hey, what do I know? I'm not an Arsenal fan. And then yesterday, you, man, got chopped up like lamb chops yesterday in the game. And you, man, are no longer top of the league. And that's why I asked you towards the end of last week's discussion, you know, what does success look like for you, man? Because obviously the dizzy heights of being top of the league and rare, and we could see the wheels falling off. We knew what time it was going to be. Do you get me, bro? So for me, I'm all right. The question is, how do you feel, my bro? How do you feel? What I find mad in football is it's crazy how a week can really just turn someone's fortune round, because you, man, were 5 points clear with a game in hand, looking pretty, sitting pretty. You guys are second now. Do you get me? And counting. So, yeah, how do you feel, my bro?
Bro, you remember when you were trying to get me to come out with chest and talking all this stuff and yeah, I'm going to back the team and everything. What did I say? I'll give you my final prediction when the January transfer window closes. And we didn't get the business that needed to be done, bro. So there's no chest. You tried to draw me out, and I get why you tried to draw me out as a rival. You're trying to draw me out. You already knew the Storm was coming. But listen, man plays Fortnite. I know about the Storm, bro. I'm always got an eye on the Storm. And the Storm was Gabriel Jesus having an injury and us not getting a replacement, which we haven't. Now a lot of super fans are coming out with Nketiah is not good enough. They didn't say that when they were making a song for him, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Going back to the level that we've seen before. Granted, Xhaka reverted back to the level that we've seen for the last 6 years at his Arsenal career. Then we're seeing Jorginho, that was supposedly, he's good for 20 minutes. Nobody thought that Partey would get injured. I predicted it, and I said, are you really that comfortable with Jorginho being your main man if Partey gets injured? Wasn't good enough. Great little 45 minutes as soon as in the second half where City start pressing us, creating runs, putting Haaland in the game, Jorginho's unable to control the midfield. There's no surprise there. These are all things I said. Saka being burnt out. Yeah, he took his penalty very well, but he's looking burnt out. And this is the bugaria that I'm tired of, bro. These maricas that gas this up here. And you know what's mad, yeah? All these Arsenal fans, I've got a list of all the excuses coming from this fan base. Because these Arsenal fans, yeah, they prep excuses like prep meals, bro. Ready prep meals that you just slap in the microwave. These men are so quick with the excuses, yeah? If you knew that Nketiah wasn't good enough, if you knew that Saka needs a rest, if you knew that Xhaka, Jorginho, Odegaard isn't a midfield that you trust, if you knew that Zinchenko isn't good enough as a left back, why overhype it? You know what I'm saying? Overhype it so I can criticize it. Do you get it? But these men were overhyping it, bro. And I always kept my feet to the ground because I said, listen, these filhos da puta don't learn, bro. They don't learn. In 19 years that we have not won the Prem, what is the thing that we've always done in a transfer window? Oh, yeah. Not addressing all the positions that we needed. And we didn't in January. These men coming out of the January transfer window, calling it 10-10, calling it 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. These filhos da puta are liars, bro. And then telling fans like myself, oh, don't panic. Yeah? The reason you're telling me not to panic is you're panicking, bro. What happened to Nketiah in the room? These filhos da puta, I swear, these maricas, yeah, they talk so much crap, bro. And I got the list right there. But listen, what did you make of it, bro? Because obviously, I think my review.
Bro, first and foremost, you know what? It's a pleasure to have you back on my side, bro, because I've been saying this. I told you that the January transfer window was a disaster. That was your opportunity to let the league know that you, man, are back. Give us your statement of intent. And your statement of intent was to get a defender from a team called Spezia, Spencer FC, Jorginho, and you brought in Trossard. And I said, if I close my eyes and if someone told me which team had brought in a brother from Spez, Jorginho, and Trossard, man would have told you Southampton, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'd have told you Southampton or I would have told you Bournemouth. That is the level of player that Arsenal brought in to say that they wanted to mount a challenge. Now, as for me, we got to take this for what it is. This is a major L for Arsenal because in a season where Chelsea's not playing well, Liverpool ain't playing well, Tottenham's not playing well, City ain't really themselves, Man U are a bit iffy with a new manager. You were primed to go on a run and bring this thing home. Arsenal fans twerking for Trossard, shaking their bum for Jorginho, all sorts of madness going on. I couldn't believe it. And Kitty Catty all of a sudden was being compared with Harry Kane. I mean, I couldn't believe what I was hearing on my eyes. However, man had to take it. But we all knew Wagwan. And bro, I have to say, I really understand where you're coming from. Because for these past couple of months, you've tried to keep your feet on the ground to say, you know what? As much as I like what my team is doing, I do not trust my team. Even forward coming at here, shut up, man. You're going to win the league. Tony, Claude, everybody, rare. And you man died after 20 matches. I swear down, I was so disappointed. So disappointed. I think I came out the other week when you lot dropped points against Everton. I said, look, I lost my faith in you, man, because of the way you man got chopped up. And then you man limped across against Brentford. And then the way you man got disposed of yesterday, it was disastrous. So for me, you man flopped. It's a big flop. It's a big L. I don't want anyone to undermine this. A lot of Arsenal fans now, shameless. All of you lot, shameless. Because now it's gone from winning the league back to top four, innit? Yeah, well, we told you we were never looking at the league. It was top. If you've got an opportunity to get the ting in the club, you got to get the ting, bro. You can't say, oh, my man moved to her, so, it's unlucky. No, she was right there waiting for you. She was dancing. She had a drink in her hand. The drink finished. That was for you. Go and buy the drink. Go over to the ting. Introduce yourself and start dancing and whining. Don't just stand there and let somebody else come and take your place. And that's exactly what Arsenal did. You stood there. You let the drink run out. Lips was going dry. And you did nothing. Arsenal did nothing about it. And I can't lie, bro. It's a disgrace. It is a disgrace. I mean, bro, I was hoping, sorry to go on a bit of a rant, that you, man, would have taken us to the finish line. You know, if you drop points at about 36 games in 37 and you just get picked to the league by City, you know, man, have to just clap for you and say, you know what? You lot put in a fight. You lot put in an effort. 20 games in. 20 games in and you lot are done. 20 games in and you man have given up. It's shocking. It's disgraceful. And Arsenal fans, Oregon Gooner, say what you like. BX Gunner, say what you like. Assembled, say what you like. But you man know, you man are hurting. Because Northside's been telling you man for weeks, your team been average, overachieving. And you know, Northside, just lastly, I said it. Ben White having an exceptional season by his standards. Xhaka, exceptional season by his standards. Nketiah Catty, exceptional season by his standards. When you got average people in Super Saiyan mode, whoa, you know the mode's gonna run out. You're gonna run out of juice. And these men have run out of juice. And now we're seeing the true colors. So bravo. It's a flop, to be honest. It is bad, bro. And I feel for you, bro, because you said it from time, and you know what I mean? And I feel like the reality is only just kicking in for the Arsenal faithful now.
Bro, it is what it is, bro. There's too many things I've been seeing, yeah, that the same mistakes I've seen for the last 19 years. And until I see them getting rectified, I'm not going to come out here and put my chest out. Because these men ain't doing what they need to do. Edu failed Arteta. No matter what I think about Arteta, Arteta did excellent with that squad that nobody predicted to be in that position. He did well, but he wasn't backed. He wasn't backed. Trossard was plan C. You know what I'm saying? Jorginho was plan D. Do you get me? Kivior, I don't even know what plan that was. That's probably EFG. I don't know, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to back this guy up with the tools as well to keep on competing. But listen, I've actually been making a list, yeah? I've got a list right here of all the excuses I'm seeing for all these super fans, yeah, coming out with their bucaria. And the reason is, yeah, they're trying to pull back everything they said, that now they're seeing us crumbling. 4 games and no wins. And now they're trying to pull back all the smoke. We're going to win the league. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Bro, it's only halfway through the season, bro, and we don't have a bench. I've been screaming this since the summer. We don't have the bench, but these men said, nah, 10-10. Cool. Let's see the excuses from the super fans. So excuse number 1, we played with passion and it's enough to win the league. Excuse number 2, we was 8 points ahead, so that we can drop points during a blip. Excuse number 3, these are all from random fans, bro, on the biggest Arsenal channel there is, well, the most popular, yeah? On that channel and on TalkSport, yeah? These are all the excuses I'm hearing right now, yeah? Man City are a financial abomination, right? The next excuse, fans have to stick together and not panic. The next excuse, Eddie Nketiah is not leading us to a title challenge. The next excuse, we had a lot of possession against the great Man City team. The next excuse, what affected this game was Partey's injury. Okay. The next excuse, City wasted time in the first half because they respected us. The next excuse, I'm not panicking, but I'm concerned. Right. The next excuse, I never expected Arsenal to win the league. The next excuse, I expected Arsenal to be 10 points away from where we currently are.
Yeah.
And the last excuse that I saw, as long as we get Champions League, I'm happy. Bro, this is exactly why I hate this fan base. The majority, you lot that are tuning in right now, the ones that tune into Jez, the one that tune into League Gunner, I love all of you lot. You know what I'm saying? You lot know what the standards are. But the majority, 95% of this fan base, I'm sick and tired of, and I'm sick and tired of the excuses, bro. When things are going well, Nketiah in the room, we don't need a bench. We got Martinelli and Saka. Oh, Xhaka's now his, you got what you saying now about Xhaka, even though he's been crap for 6 years, disregard that. What's Xhaka doing now? The season ain't even over. Jorginho, why are some fans saying that they're concerned about Partey? Didn't they say Jorginho's great? Didn't they say it was a 10 out of 10 window? Why are you moaning, bro? Why are you moaning? You got your man. Why can't he do the job then? Do you know what I'm saying, bro? This year, the club have, obviously you're not an Arsenal fan. The PR, at the start of the season, was versatility. Ben White is versatile, can play multiple positions. Zinchenko, versatile, can play multiple positions. Tomiyasu can play multiple positions. Jorginho now can play multiple positions, yeah? How come my manager ain't flipping versatile? How come when things are going wrong, you can't change it up? Because after the game, Pep Guardiola said in his press conference, first half, Arsenal were dominating, not allowing us to play through them. They were blocking all the passing lanes, and we changed it up. How come he's able to be versatile, and Arteta's not able to be versatile? How come this manager's unable to be versatile against Newcastle, against the first game against Man United? How come he can't do it against Brentford? He can't do it against Everton. It's unacceptable, bro. It's unacceptable. So it's great saying about versatility. Bro, this guy, I've not seen a plan B. And now, all these super fans are coming out, oh, where's the plan B? I've been talking about plan B.
Talking about that.
Do you know what I'm saying? But these men were saying, now, why are you complaining? You just want to moan. All these fans will never be happy. I'm sick. I'm up to here, bro, with these managers, bro. I swear down, these men, are some pussies. And you know what it is? Arsenal fans are like your girlfriend. You know, with your girlfriend, you got to say it nicely. You got to talk to her sweetly, or she'll get offended. You know what I'm saying? So, babes, it's your fault, but you can't say it's your fault. You could be, babes, could you do it better next time? You know what I mean? That's Arsenal fans. Yeah. That's Arsenal fans. Don't blame it on Edu. Don't blame it on the players. Don't blame it on anything. If you blame it on VAR, okay, that's a valid excuse. Don't blame it on us, though. Don't blame it on us that we don't hold the club accountable. Nah. VAR, acceptable. Fans like Northside that want more, acceptable to put it on them. The referee, acceptable. Pundits, acceptable. But we don't hold this. They don't hold the same accountability, yeah, for the players and the manager, yeah, which are the people that can actually affect what is going on the pitch and affect the standards of this club, bro. And it's pathetic.
100. And you know what even is mad? Because I get trolled. I get trolled by a lot of Arsenal fans. But if they were to step back and deep what I'm saying, I'm actually just a football guy who's trying to help your club. And I'll give you an example and I'll give you a reason. I came out and said, if Tottenham brought in the brother centre-back Trossard or Jorginho, I swear down, I would have taken my phone live on this show and I would have smashed it into pieces in front of you, yeah? And I would have had to go to EE to get a new phone because that transfer window was rubbish. And I've been saying this. I said, where are the real Arsenal fans? You man had Vieira. You man had Henry, Overmars, Petit, Bergkamp. You have ballers. When I look at your team, I'm not scared of your team. The team bang average. It smells average, bro. A team that has Nketiah and Ben White in the 11. You know it's dead food. I don't know who's better. I don't know who's starting 11 I prefer. Real talk now. Between Arsenal and Leicester City. That's real talk. That's not even me catting. That's just the truth. I've been trying to help you, man. But you know what I realized, bro? The Arsenal fans of today, they are scared of success. You, man, don't want to win. You, man, want to be bang average. You're afraid of it. How can a team that is top of the league, you can see all the other teams flopping, and you do an idiot transfer window just like that? And then people are trying to help you, people are trying to guide you, and you're chucking it in their face. For me, what is more pathetic is that a title run or a title challenge is to take us to the end of the season, I lie. 36 games, 30 games in, 32 games in before you drop off. You man have dropped off as of pretty much Valentine's Day. I mean, that's a joke. That is a joke. I mean, for me, it's a great present. But you, man, oh gosh. Look,
bro, at the end of the day, bro, you know, people like Miguel switching at Brandon. Why are you mad, bro? This is
Miguel, let me tell you.
I thought Eddie Nketiah can do it for us. These man were over, bro. These man, yeah, they can't take it, bro. They overgas these players, the manager, and everything. And now, yeah, the eggs are coming out to roost. Now they don't have nothing, bro. Fuad, you've been an advocate defender, yeah, world-class defender of Nketiah. Has it been good enough, bro?
You know,
I want to know, bro.
You know, your thing is, you know, the thing is, you know, like you're having you know what it is, like if you're in Premier League football, okay, no team, name me one team, you and Deji, this is a question to you, name me one team, Deji, since the Premier League started, have won 38 games and won the league title. That's never happened, right?
It's never happened, yeah.
That's never happened. So the thing is, Eddie Nketiah can do only much. He took us where he could take us, bro. That's the truth about it. You know, it's like, for instance, yesterday, when we talk about yesterday's game, all right, everyone's cursing the Chelsea boy. Bro, he was our best player in the middle. You know, that's the truth about it. He was our best player. It's like, in the first 11 minutes, he cleared the ball off the line.
Yeah.
Do you get me? You sometimes Arsenal fans, even though you got an agenda against him or you don't like him, and all these whoever's Arteta out, whoever's Arteta in, it doesn't matter who didn't want him. Sometimes you need to watch the game and think, yo, the reality is the man first 11 minutes cleaned the ball off the game. He put a ball through to Saka. If Saka would have took it first time, that was a world-beating ball. Bro, he beat 4 defenders, bro. Put the ball through. And Saka did. Martin Odegaard. Bro, he was unexistable yesterday. Zinchenko was woman Ronaldinho, Roy Keane, and then he was playing like Maldini in the back. Like, where is he? What position does he play? This is the biggest game of his season. And it's like people were saying about Trossard. Like I was trying to tell people, Trossard, everyone's like saying, oh, Trossard's on. Mate, you were all singing his name, Trossard. Trossard, every time he comes on, he does his job. He assisted Nketiah that winning goal against Manchester United, right? Last week, he come on against Brentford and scored the goal when we were playing shit. He done his job. At the end of the day, it's down to the manager, and this is why people are saying, yeah, last night, it was Mikel don't take risks. He's too I think he's too.
Could have been avoided. All these problems that are happening right now could have been avoided. If he
wants,
I'm not a paid manager. How can Mikel Arteta not do that? Is that not part of his job?
But that's the problem. He's a bit.
Arsenal failed to plan, so they plan to fail. When you can see that your bench is too weak, you can see Fabio Vieira didn't even look all that.
No, but it doesn't change you. You're not. I think Deji.
No, it does change you. Do you know why? Because every time I call out this club in the terms of planning, the players.
It's not about the only Deji. Do you know like Deji? Like this on a real note, Deji.
And we ain't got a bench. The manager.
This guy don't realise football terms. Deji, he doesn't look at it from football terms. He looks at it from his own terms. Football terms, like Deji, like you can see where I'm going to come from now. Football terms, he can't change it, bro. He can if he wanted to. He could, if he wanted Zinchenko to slide up there, put Kieran Tierney left back. If he really wanted to try something else, put Trossard on the left and try Martinelli down the middle. He can if he wanted to.
He can try something different. That's the point.
But he chooses not to. He chooses.
But
not
do you know
to.
why though? Do you know why?
He's arrogant.
I don't even know if it's arrogant. I think this is probably where I would say Arsenal and Tottenham are pretty similar. There's something around fearing the big time, fearing success. When you've got an opportunity to grab the ball by the horn, you man don't want to do it. Because you're right. Why hasn't he made these changes? As for me, I'll be like, we're in a position we need to reinforce right now, go for bro. A bit like what Chelsea did. Not quite to the same level, but you gotta put fear in the opposition. Pep Guardiola knew that they were coming to chop you man up. They knew they were coming to chop you man up. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know what to say, bro.
The thing is, Deji, yeah. When you don't, the thing is, a lot of things I say isn't a popular thing to say. When I'm saying, yeah, why is this manager not got another way of playing? This is all the way back when we drew against Newcastle. Northside, why are you complaining? We picked up a point. It's hard to beat Newcastle this season. Yeah, do you remember last season? Oh, when we lost to Brentford. Oh, it's hard. It's Brentford. It's hard to beat Brentford. Yeah, all right, cool. Always every time I call out things beforehand. Hold on. Every time I call out things beforehand, why are you complaining? Yeah. Then in the summer, we didn't do what we need to do. I was complaining. Why are you complaining? We're playing well this season. January comes. I say, listen, this group of players, yeah, they're gonna drop off in form. There's gonna be injuries. There's gonna be suspensions. We need to strengthen the bench. Why are you complaining? We're still winning. Arteta knows what he's doing. It's his men. He knows what we're doing. This player can do a job. That player can do a job. Why? Because it wasn't a popular thing to say. Arsenal fans are so stupid. They only know to call things out once it's too late, bro. Once it's too late, bro. That is when they want to call things out. Gone forward.
So no side.
Yeah,
right.
But
then I got to deal with a guy in the chat. I need to deal with Jordan.
All right, but before the thing is, what I'll land now. The thing is, when he talks about the Newcastle game, see, Deji, he's forgetting that when we drew with Newcastle, he was saying we're not going to beat Tottenham away, we're not going to beat Man United at home. See, they forget. These are the things they say. So when they say things like him and his empire, his shepherd, whatever we call him, Lee Gunn and all, they see things like that, and then they'll say like, oh, if we draw with Newcastle, we'll probably lose to Man United, and we're going to draw. That's what Northside says. Lee Gunn, Brendan, all of them, I call them the clique. You know, they're clique, innit? So when we drew with Newcastle, we went on to win. We went on to get 6 strong points. Because if we never got them strict strong points, like we beat Tottenham away, Man United at home, we would not be in the position we are now. Manchester City, bro, at the end of the day, they turn us over, they beat us, but we're still in the present moment, in a position when if you guys want a title race, the reality is the title race don't start from 19 games in. It starts from now. This is the title race. This is the thing. And now let's see what they do against Villa. Because like Pep Guardiola said yesterday, I got it wrong in the first half. It wasn't that Arsenal was good. He come out and said on live TV, my tactics were wrong. I blame myself.
Yeah.
Jamie, you blame yourself.
Bro, like I said, yeah, you man only want to call it out when it's too late. Remember last season I told you in January, we're not going to get top 4 if we don't do anything. Yeah, you only accepted it when we bottled it to Spurs.
But this is the thing.
This
you know,
happens
no
every
side.
year. It happens every
You get it
year.
wrong all the time.
No. It happens every year, and that is why I'm
But
tired.
then again, this is the problem. You got to understand why people.
19 years, we don't hold the manager accountable. We don't hold the ownership accountable. We don't press this club to go and get world-class players, yeah? Everything is, we'll go next time, we'll go again in the summer, we'll do this and that. And now that the window's closed, oh, what can we do? Arteta's stuck with these players. Well, if you're not so happy with Jorginho, if you're not so happy with all these players that we brought in, why weren't you, man, making more noise in January? Because I was one of the few that was saying it wasn't acceptable. Me and Deji sat here and said, Spurs and Arsenal's windows are 3 out of 10. While you're sitting there twerking for everything they're doing. Oh, it's a prudent one. No, it's not, bro. Look at the way João Felix is sourcing for Chelsea. You're telling me he doesn't get in the team over Nketiah. Don't talk to me about Nketiah, bro. This bum-ass manager gave him the number 14 shirt and 100k. And now I'm seeing, on that Arsenal channel, people saying, oh, Nketiah ain't good enough. Why did they say this? And why did they have this energy once we signed him to 100k a week and gave him the number 14? Because I was saying it. I was saying this bum don't deserve the number 14. He ain't good enough.
Bro,
let me tell you. Let me show you.
Can I just say something, Deji? I'll add one more thing. The way you're going about Felix, right? Yeah, he's a good player. But the way you're going to, he's gone to Chelsea's his 10th, and they played against Fulham and they played against West Ham. Let's see what he does when he goes. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does when he plays against Manchester City. I guarantee he does nothing. There it is. There.
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Why didn't we?
So what is going on? A bonus if he scored against the Championship team, bro. No.
Is he better than Nketiah? It's very simple. Is he better than?
No, he's not better than Nketiah in the league. He's hollow. On FIFA, he is.
You're chatting shit, bro.
No. But what evidence you going off? In your standards, right there, Nketiah have scored against. Or what standards you going off? And you can't score against a fucking Championship team in Fulham League. That's a fact.
Was going to play with West Ham. João Felix is coming from.
No, but João Felix can't score a minute. Nketiah scored against West Ham and Brighton and Manchester United. And your point is, this guy couldn't score against a Fulham Championship team. That's a fact.
You could.
Modric in the same thing. No, come with your facts.
Cool. You live and die on that.
But you're talking shit then. Because that means to me, if they can't do it against them, what are they going to do against the big boys? They go to a team, there's no pressure. They walk into Arsenal, they crumble.
Let me tell you, man, where the problem is. And I see the problem in the chat. There's a brother here called George, and I just want to read out 3 comments that kind of sums up the Arsenal faithful to me. If Arsenal fans are scared of success, what are Spurs? Deji, I beg you, shut the fuck up. You're talking like you're a Real Madrid fan. Humble yourself. Bro, I've spent weeks, if not months out here telling you what your team needs to do. But because you and the other fan base are quite happy with finishing 5th or just outside the top 4, that's why you come out with crap like what you've just come out with. Then he says, never seen a year talk like they've won 5 Prems and 3 Champions Leagues and countless other domestic cups in the last 10 years. The level of delusion is astonishing. George, let me just burst your bubble, my brother. What has Arsenal won in the last 10 years? Just FA Cups. Just FA Cups. Mickey Mouse trophies. And you want to pump your chest while you're sitting in your living room wearing your Mrs. Fong to come on this show chatting rubbish like you've won something serious. Hush your gums, my brother. George, you're getting drawn out. Then, lastly, Spurs fan talking about fear and success, laugh out loud. I beg you, jump out this nigga. Loves throwing stones in glass houses. Serious lack of self-awareness. George, I think I've shown who between the two of us has the lack of self-awareness. Your team is average. Deal with it. And what you're seeing is average performances. I just told you, you man didn't even put up a fight. 21 games in and the thing done already. Are you happy with that? Of course you are, because at the beginning of the season, all you were wishing for is you hoped for top 4. Lack of ambition. And with fans like you, you man deserve to suffer. You man deserve what is happening to you now. I'm finding it quite funny. I'm finding it quite funny to see how the Arsenal... I saw Brendan getting chopped up, Igal trying to chat rubbish to Brendan when he said that the players are pussies. They are pussies, bro. They are, because they're not doing nothing, bro. Your one chance to do something and you ain't doing it. Pussies, all of you. You deserve it. Come on the show. Come on the show. Come on the show, George. I will chop you up. Get on the show. Sorry, Brandon. Come and tell your brothers what they're
They're having it.
Tell them.
Brandon, what are you saying? What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, so obviously all you guys have seen what happened last night. I blame Deji for that. He introduced me to Kid and Play, and I went on there and I said, I smell pussies. And that's exactly what it was. I can't lie. It's what it was. And they didn't like my choice of wording, but guess what? It's the truth. And at the end of this season, when we finish in the top 4 and this club bring out the PR and start making excuses, I will sit there like that. Exactly like that. Because one thing I'll say about Dej as well is he's not always right about Tottenham, but he is bang on about Arsenal. Bang on about Arsenal. He said that the Everton game was going to be a sticky, icky game for Arsenal. It was a sticky game. He said Brentford would be sticky. He said we wouldn't beat Man City. That's why we call him Mystic Dej. Yeah? That's why we call him Mystic Dej. At the end of the day, right, I don't know if people have got short memories. You know, people have been living in the shadows or under a rock or something. But my argument to all of this was, does anybody remember last season when we was favourites for top 4 and then we lost to Brighton, Crystal Palace, Southampton, all in a row? And it cost us the top 4 in the end, along with the result against Newcastle and the result against Spurs away. I'm seeing the same patterns this time around. Yes, we haven't lost 3 games. We drew 1. But the point is, it's the same old crap. And it's the same players that let us down. Let's be honest. Gabriel Magalhaes, it's been excellent all season. Turns into Krusty the Clown yesterday. Yeah? You would have thought my man would learn from the fact that he's just been given life by VAR, because that was a penalty all day long. And the only reason that wasn't a penalty was because VAR had pulled up that it was offside. You would have thought he'd learn by that. But instead, he's dilly-dallying, pissing about with the ball and basically giving Man City a second goal. Tomiyasu. I'm not gonna slate Tomiyasu too much because he hasn't played much football. But again, the question has to be asked of the manager. You're throwing a player who hasn't played a lot of football into a big game like that. He's going to make mistakes. You can forgive one mistake, but every single Man City goal yesterday was off an Arsenal mistake. And these players pussied out. Pussied out. Yeah? Martin Odegaard wasn't there yesterday. Eddie Nketiah had 3 huge chances. Missed every single one of them. Granit Xhaka, yeah? Let me remind you, this guy has scored 3, 4 long-range goals for Arsenal. He gets an opportunity on the edge of the box to take a shot. And I'm not even saying that he's going to score. But he pussied out of that. And instead, he lost the ball rather than having a shot, having a go. Saka, again, another one, got himself in a great position in the first half to have a shot on his left foot. Took too much time on the ball. You can't do that. And then what makes it worse, Dej, with Fuad and Northside? Bernardo Silva was playing at left back. Left back. Bernardo Silva, yeah? And on top of that, this guy was on a booking from early. And we didn't even try and test him in that second half. We didn't even try and isolate Bukayo Saka against him and get a bit of an advantage by maybe getting one of their players sent off. Kevin De Bruyne has been shocking for Man City this season. Turns up against Arsenal, though, doesn't he? Erling Haaland hasn't scored against a big team away all season. Arsenal rock up. There you go, Haaland. Take it, mate. Santa Claus Arsenal is here to give you a gift. It's ridiculous.
Brandon, the only ones it's not just that are pussies, yeah. This fan base are pussies. I'll tell you why. We stand on everything that we say. We don't flip-flop, yeah. But unfortunately, the majority of this fan base, yeah, when they gas up Nketiah, they gas up this manager, they gas up transfer windows, they gas up players that are hella average, they gas up this bench, yeah. Now they're getting proven wrong. And now that everything that we're saying is coming true, and all the deficiencies of this club, this manager not being tactically versatile, these players aren't as great as these men said. You know what I'm saying? Where's the apology, bro? All they're saying is don't panic. No, bro, you man are panicking because you man been out here, yeah, selling bullshit to these people, saying whatever is popular to say instead of actually saying what you really think. Because none of you man can tell me that Nketiah's levels. None of you man can tell me that Arteta is a tactical genius, because he's not, bro. He's got one way of playing football, which is very easily nullified with 2 banks of 4. Yeah? But these men never do it, bro. They always want us to be held accountable, me to be held accountable. Bro, I even said, back this manager. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'd rather be wrong and my club win titles and major honours. But these men never do that, bro. It's just, on to the next season. Oh, we'll go again in the summer. Oh, no one expected it. Oh, all I wanted was Champions League football. Bro, I'm done with all of that, bro.
And the thing is, as well, just to add to that point real quick before Deji jumps in, right? When we get all this shit from idiots, yeah, that think that they're the top fan and all of this, that, and the other, right? Idiots, like yesterday. When we turn out to be right at the end of the season, like we was last season, the apologies don't come very quick at all.
They don't come quick, bro.
Don't come quick at all.
Bro, right? Fuad was running. Fuad owed me an apology.
For somebody like a gal, for an example, after the way that he spoke to me yesterday, fair play to him, right? But I hope the apologies come real quick when we only just about finish in a top 4 position.
Yeah, but that's not supporting your team then. So that means, okay, if we win the league, don't celebrate.
Who made you have the man?
But who made you to say you? But what gives you the right to apologize?
Who gave you the money to support this club? I told you what, you weren't the person
who gave you the right to apologize.
No. You don't want to be the fan police. You didn't get me supporting Arsenal, bro. It wasn't you, bro. You
cry like a fucking baby, bro.
Hang on. I want to hear what Fuad. I want to hear
one thing, yeah. I want to say something because
the further offside is.
I'll make you land, yeah. No. Hold on. A girl said something to Brandon, yeah, and I'm not having that, yeah. He was saying to him, "Oh, you didn't believe." When Arsene Wenger came to this club, they were calling him Arsene who? Did that stop him winning 3 Premier League titles? Did it? When Real Madrid, they turn on legends.
The reason why hold
on, let me land, and I'll let you say everything you got to say. Real Madrid will turn on you very quickly. Does that stop them being the most decorated club in European football? They're the hardest fan base in the world. Yet they're the biggest winners, bro. Arteta, this season, me, Brandon, Lee, everyone, yeah, that was against this manager, yeah. Did that stop him going on this run, getting us in the first place in the Premier League? So I beg you, stop acting like these players are listening to us and the manager's listening to me.
No, but the problem is, see, the problem is,
so much. You should have been riding out for your manager in January.
The problem is with you. But the problem is with you. The problem is with you and Lee Gunner, not Brandon as much. You and Lee Gunner. Is when people come at you, you can't take it. You and Lee Gunner, when we go to Newcastle, we're going to draw to Tottenham, we're going to batter us in the lane like they normally do. That's you, Lee and Gunner. And maybe Man United are going to smash up in the Emirates. So sometimes you need to take credibility that you guys get it wrong.
Do you know what I like about you?
You can't always think you're right, because there's no team. Let me tell you something. What I'm saying to you is, the problem is, what I'm saying to you is, sometimes you get it wrong. You do know offside. You know you say it. And the fact of the matter is, there's not one team in their history of the Premier League have not won 38 games and won the league.
No, Fuad, you're right.
The problem is, but wait, I'll learn this. The fact of the problem is now is the title race starts now. It starts now. It never started in 19 games in.
Fuad, can I just say...
If we beat Villa... Brendan, I'll give you... If we beat Aston Villa, and we win that game now, we go top again. But the problem is, you're all hoping we don't beat Villa. That's the difference between me and you. We can't beat Villa.
But can I just say...
I told you so.
Can I just say something?
There may be results that I get wrong.
Go on,
There may be results I get wrong. But last season, I told you we're going to bottle top 4. Did we not bottle it? This season, I told you we're doing well. We're not going to win the league if we don't strengthen in January.
Bro, you're blaming fans. Bro, you're blaming fans for the club. It's not the fans.
Can I just say something real quick though? I mean, I'm about to make a statement that a lot of fans in the chat are not going to really appreciate. But I think when you hear me out, I think Arsenal is worse than Spurs in terms of the running of worse than Spurs. Let me explain why. With Tottenham, we know that Tottenham don't really spend money. It's part of our history. We know that Tottenham have always been pretending or flattering to deceive, but they want to kind of do things on a shoestring. I'm looking at Arsenal this season. You don't have the luxury to hide behind your stadium anymore, because that was over 10 years ago. Yeah. You've got a loyal fan base. Your stadium is packed every game. You can afford to pay high wages. Remember, I told you a couple of weeks ago that Harry Kane is the highest paid player at Spurs at 200 grand a week. You've got players that dwarf that. You had Ozil, for example, 350 sitting on the bench. Oba, 350. So, and the list goes on. I just want to know, with everything in place, what were they thinking? What were they like? There is no excuse for Arsenal to be so poor and for your team to be so average. I've been calling it for months. People calling me out. I said, "Where's the Vieira? Where's the Henry? Where's the Bergkamp? Let's name your players. Ben White, bloody hell, but Trossard, Kitty Catty, Xhaka, Gabriel, Ramsdale. Come on." When we look back, when we're old and we got our grandkids and we look back at this squad, you know what you do? You skip the page. You skip the page. This squad, I reckon.
Deji, come on.
No, forward. Let's be real. I think this is the worst Arsenal team in 20 years. On paper.
No.
I wouldn't say the word.
Hear what I'm saying, Pete. This is what I'm saying. Name your squad and compare it to squads.
Because you're saying that.
This is the worst team.
Deji, you don't you remember players like Sendros, Shamak, Sonogo? We've had
but you're being unjust because
I wouldn't say it's the word. But this is definitely the most overhyped. And what I say to Fuad, and I'll let Fuad go now. What I say to Fuad, it's rich of you to say this, bro. I'm on this. I do a show almost every day or every other day, bro. At the end of the season, you were running up your mouth. End of the season, we bottled top 4, and I didn't see you during the whole summer transfer window until the next season started. So don't tell me that I don't turn up or that I won't be made accountable for what I say, bro.
But
end of the season,
but the thing is,
you're the one that goes running,
bro. If Arsenal, if Arsenal wins the league this season, you're such a listen to Deji. The Deji got every entitled to say because you're a Tottenham fan. Because if Arsenal are the best team in the world, they'll still say we're shit because they're Tottenham. That's the reality. You narrow your mind to that. That's your business. But the fact that so the problem is what Arsenal fans is it's the way we're going on. It's like, yo, okay, they lost to Man City. We can accept that. But now is the time for them to get it right. It ain't about it's time for Arteta. Because when you talk about Trossard, bro, cursing Trossard, but bro, Trossard ain't done nothing wrong, bro.
But can I just
off the bench, one assist, one goal.
But can I just say, Fuad, can I just say, right? Up until January, both me, Northside, even Lee Gunner to a degree, right, was sitting there saying about how well we're doing, right? And I said, we can win this league.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens in January. It's the January transfer window that has let us down because we haven't done enough.
Okay, Brendan, can I ask you a question?
Hang on. We was told that Jorginho was bringing in that winning mentality. Where was the winning mentality yesterday?
Yeah, but you can't. But do you know what? Though?
I'm not blaming Jorginho for the loss yesterday. By the way, you can't
blame him.
Yeah, because I thought. Hang on. I'm not blaming Jorginho for the loss yesterday, right? I actually thought for the first 45 minutes he
But
was
look
the
how happy.
standout
Look, as an
player
Arsenal
on the
fan,
pitch.
how can you be upset? What minute you're happy there? What I don't get about this acting what Arsenal fans does, like a lot of you do, it's like, bro, I was so vexed yesterday. If someone would have said the wrong word to me, I would have put him in my boot. Do you get me? That's how vexed I got yesterday, because when Arsenal lose, I can't be smiling and happy and laughing as I get vexed. So what I'm saying to you is, Brendan, Jorginho yesterday played in the middle, right? I'm saying with the way we got the January transfer market out the way, why have we brought in players that we're not using them? You can't make a judgment of them if you haven't used them. So, for instance, I would have said, do you know what, yesterday, if Zinchenko wants to play in the middle, put Kieran Tierney there. Put Trossard in the on left back, or put him up front, whatever you want to do. Because when he was playing for Brighton, Arsenal fans are forgetting that this boy could do it on a big stage, could step up. Because how many times have you seen strikers go to Anfield or score a hat-trick? He can do it. You know, he's a Premiership proven player. Tell me, he is. It doesn't. He smashed. He smashed at Tottenham when he played against them. He does it against all the big teams.
The point is,
against Man City when he played against them at the start of the season, he smashed them up too. The thing is, when you've got a player who always scores with it, and the thing is, Trossard always scores against Brentford. As a football scout and as your football manager, if you know this player always scores past them and always does, he's a bogey player, you should have started him.
But forward,
yeah, right. But
can I
before, yeah, before,
I'm just going to ask a quick question.
The point is, right, is up until January, like I said, we said we can win this league, depending on what we do in January. Now, Edgy pointed this out. You've even mentioned it now in the stream when I was listening earlier. No team wins 38 games over an entire season, right? Up until January, Arsenal hadn't gone through any like sticky patch of form or anything like that, right? And Deji said that. Deji said, at some point this season, Arsenal will go through a run of form where they are struggling to pick up points. And lo and behold, the very next game against Everton, that patch of form starts. Now, if you do enough in the January transfer window, maybe that form never happens. Because if we got Caicedo instead of Jorginho in the midfield, if we'd got João Felix up front instead of Eddie Nketiah up front, I can guarantee you one thing: he finishes at least one of them chances that Eddie Nketiah had yesterday. You have more chance of winning the game, and this is where my problem is with the football club. Right, we didn't get our number one transfer targets over the line. We're suffering because of that, and not only that, we all know. And Northside pointed this out yesterday. Arteta is not a tactician manager. He has one way of playing, and it's that way or bust. So, if you're going to play that one way and you're not going to change things up, you need to have the players to be able to play that way. If Thomas Partey's out injured, we can't play the same way with Jorginho.
Stupid.
It's stupid, man. It really is.
There's players that he could do different things with. Yeah, he's not great as a left back. He's terrible as a left back. If I'm being completely honest, he'd be great. He'd be great to fill in for Granit Xhaka. That's out of form. Martinelli going into the middle. These are little things that you could see and you can tinker with. But we're going to move on to Spurs because we.
Yeah, before you move on to Spurs, real quick, I want to ask you, man, something because I think this is plausible now. If you, man, finish third with no trophy, is that a good season, given what's happened this season? And let's be honest. Oh, and I might start with you first, actually, and then Brendan.
Me, is it?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
If you finish third with no trophy, is that still a good season for Arsenal?
No, it's not a good season because we should. It's not a good season because where we come from, like now we're in a like they can't be thinking about third and fourth as a team. And as a club, they can't.
You're only 5 points behind you, man.
Yeah, I know that, but the fact is, though, they're 5 points behind us with a game in hand. We got a game in hand, but look what Man United see. They're inconsistent. Like 1 minute they're going to beat a thing, and next minute they're going to draw to Leeds at home. So I'm not really worried about Man United, to be honest with you. I know Arsenal fans are, but me, I'm not worried about Man United. and they go like this.
Yeah,
they're gonna
because I
play
think
like-
it's going to be embarrassing. If they catch up with us, I think it's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
embarrassing. This manager's been
that's
here
what
for
they-
4
they
years.
go, do you
The
know what?
manager's been there for 7, 8 years. I mean, 7, 8 months, and he's already catching up with us. There's
Yeah,
level.
but they,
And
yeah,
this is
but
what
it's the,
happens when you get a proper coach that's actually gone and got his stripes, knows different tactics, knows how to get the best out of his players, and has only bought what 2, 3 players. What was the excuse for Arteta? He needs his whole team. He needs this. He needs that. All this money spent.
but
It's
he's
already
built
been
his team now. He's got no,
He's
he's
taken
got.
up 400 million to get where Ten
But
Hag
at
is
the end
right
of the
now.
day, see, you miss. Do you know? Yeah,
But
but at the end of the day, do you know
Arsenal
you're
can't
missing?
take it. Look at forward.
You
Look
know-
at him creeping up his face.
No,
He
I'm
can't
not
take it.
tripping because I think
Can't take it.
the difference between me and you, seeing offside is
He's triggered. Look at him.
I called you Leonardo DiCaprio because you fucking strive. You only gonna strive when Arsenal loses, and that's why he got in. You guys are like,
Right, right.
Arsenal lost. I'm doing something. You guys are like a proper toddler. So we like
Okay.
the other way. You know,
Okay.
really, bruh. It's embarrassing, bruh. Because you know what it is? I'm a grown ass man, bro. Sometimes you're a grown ass kid, bro. You're like,
You sound like a
Arsenal
super
lost.
fan. You sound like a super
Because
fan.
no, it's not like a super fan, bro. Because
You
I
sound
see
a
like
super
this.
fan.
When's
If I-
the, no,
if
if
I'm
we-
sorry, if
listen,
I love-
we
if I
are in
love
a
Arsenal
position.
losing
Wait,
so
there, we're
much,
in a
how come
position.
how come I was
No,
pushing?
it's not. No, we're in a position because this year you're forgetting. You know, you're forgetting. We still got Jesus to come back. And you know what? If you know, you're acting like it's all over, it's crumbled and everything. Yeah, you keep to your opinion.
We need to
And
move
stick
on
to
to
that.
Spurs.
I keep the energy.
We
Because if
need
we
to
win the
move on
league,
to
you're a
Spurs.
fucking hypocrite.
We need to
Can
move
I
on
answer
to
your
Spurs. But thank
question,
you very
Robbie?
much for your opinion, Fuad.
Let-
We'll
let-
move on to Spurs because we already
Deji,
had 15 minutes.
Deji, let me just answer your question real quick, then. Yeah, because just tell me the question again. What was the question?
I said, if Arsenal finish third with no trophy this season, is that a good season?
No.
No. Considering where we were in January to where we would end up finishing with no trophy as well. Like Northside said, if Manchester, the way I see it, right, and this is where you'll see the different standards here, right? Because I'm gonna ask Fuad a question straight after I made this statement. Manchester United finish in front of us with a manager who's been there for 7 months, then I think you've got to sack Arteta, sack Edu, sack the board, and get rid, because that is an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment, and this is where you'll see, where the standards are. Because my standard is, come before the January transfer window, Arsenal are top of the league, 8 points clear, the favourites at that point to go on and win the league
Neatly as well.
January transfer window.
Mm-hmm.
Now our point gap has gone. We have a game in hand which may end up meaning absolutely nothing, because let's be honest as well, right? We've got to play Aston Villa this weekend, and a lot of people will think
that's your guy, right? Emery.
A lot of people will think it's a formality, it's an absolute walkover, forgetting that Emery has had Arteta's pants down twice already with Villarreal, who is a worse team than Aston Villa, arguably, right? So forgetting all of that, but from where we were, if we finish anywhere other than top of the league, to me, it's a bad season. It's a bad season.
Fuad be happy with it. Don't worry. And Fuad standards is the majority of the standards of this club. Anyway, we move on to Spurs. Anyway. We ain't got time for it. We move on to Spurs. Champions League. You said easy 3-0. What's going on, Dej? Talk to us. I will be right back.
So I'll explain real quick. Tottenham obviously got a number of injuries that came. No one could have foresaw the injuries before that game against AC Milan. Let me just remind you, Loris was unavailable. Sessegnon's out for the rest of the season. Basuma's out for the rest of the season. Bentancur's out for the rest of the season. And we had to play 2 of our academy players in Pepe Sarr and Skip in centre midfield, who did a bloody great job. Now, listen up. Spurs only lost 1-0. Okay? There are no away goal rules this season in the Champions League. Tottenham need only win 2-0 at home to go through. So it's not a disaster. I'll take a 1-0 all day long. I would have taken 2-0 down to AC Milan. But the fact that Tottenham was able to get it over the line, only 1-0 down, Højbjerg will be back. Our players will, and I reckon we'll slap up AC Milan 2 or 3-0 at home and job done. This is not going to penalties. This is not going the distance. I never said that Tottenham in the Champions League was going to be pretty. I didn't. What I said was Tottenham to win the league or Champions League. Is Tottenham out of the Champions League at this stage? No way. If Tottenham were at home and they lost, I think it would have been a bigger task because we would have had to go to the San Siro with all that kind of atmosphere, with all the noise, and try and get a result. But remember, people doubted Spurs when we went over to Marseille. We went there, we pumped them, and now we got AC Milan. I wasn't impressed by AC Milan, to be honest. They played with a lot of bluster, a lot of energy and bluster. I don't think they can maintain that. Leao was overrated. I can't lie to you. He did absolutely nothing. The other geezers, I'm not impressed by AC Milan. They didn't really do anything. Spurs didn't do anything. So I do see Spurs winning at home. The problem is, if we're that poor, can I see that Spurs team beating Bayern Munich? Nah, there's no way. I saw Bayern Munich slap up PSG. And the way they slapped up PSG, I said, my team can never do that. But hey, what do I know? We're only 1-0 down. It's all to play for. Mate, Liverpool were 3-0 down against Barcelona and they brought it down. So I'm not about to listen to anyone chat some hella rubbish that Spurs is out of the Champions League. Brandon, why are you even laughing? It's not funny.
They scrapped a week ago, Brad.
You know, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because AC Milan is a formality. Look, I agree with you. I think you'll beat them at your ground. They're not a good side at all.
What happens if they draw? That means Tottenham's out, is it?
Huh? If Tottenham draw, we're out. Yeah, because we lost the first.
Yeah.
Leg.
See.
So the away goals, they scrapped it, didn't they, this year?
Yeah. There's no away goals. So if Spurs win 2-1, then it will go extra time, and it's at our stadium and then penalties. So me, it's in our favour.
Spurs will win that. But AC Milan, they're a poor side. They really are. I was surprised, bro. I was surprised when you lost 1-0 to them, to be honest with you. But
I wasn't.
When I was watching the game, like you said, the two youngsters that came into your midfield, they were your best players.
Yeah.
Like nobody else turned up. I mean, Son is absolutely stinking out of the place at the moment.
Yeah. Harry
Kane was getting no service. It was poor from Tottenham, really.
No, you know what it is? It's not poor from Tottenham. It's poor from Conte. I think I put out a little vid afterwards and I said, look, Kulusevski is not having a good game. Why is he getting like 80 minutes? Son is stinking out the place. What is the point in buying Richarlison if you're not going to play him? Richarlison should have started the game. And for me, Danjuma should be starting on the right instead of Kulusevski since he was so poor in our game against Leicester. That's like, Bunnet, you're so poor, bring in Danjuma. And Son, you were shit against Leicester as well. Bring on Richarlison. And then if they're crap, bring them back. But you're playing people who are out of form and expecting a different result. That don't make no sense. That we got to keep on waiting. We got to do an Arsenal and hope that Nketiah finds his form. No, that's the point of having the replacements. Do you get what I'm saying? And Conte's just killing us with this.
Yeah, I see. It stinks of self-sabotage to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand these managers that try and play players that are well out of form and try and play them back into form. If they're out of form and they've been poor for like a handful of games in a row, you've got to take them. You've got to drop them. You've got to try and do something different.
It's not a disrespect, is it? Is it a disrespect to even if Kane is out of form? I would say drop him. Sometimes they need to recharge. Sometimes they need to recalibrate. Sometimes just being away from the pitch actually can do you some good. But just to keep playing the same old dead system, hoping for a miracle to happen, that's not football. And for me, when people say Tottenham's crap, no, Conte's crap. Conte, for me, told Tottenham really what it is. He doesn't want to be there no more. He is sabotage. I was even surprised he went with Pepe Sarr and Skip. I'm not going to lie, they did a good job. But really and truly, a big game like that, He should have had other ideas, should have had other options.
Well, he's not going to be on the
And-
sideline next game anyway. He's not. They said he's not going to be on the sideline for a few weeks.
Well, he's not going to be because he's decided to stay in Italy innit, with his family. The guy's homesick. What the problem with Conte right now is he's homesick. His missus is out there. His kids are there. And look, I don't blame him. If I was away from my family for that length of time, there's no amount of money that's going to cure homesickness. Do you get what I'm saying? But just be real. For me, if you want out, leave. I don't know why these people can't. They're rich already. You're rich. Break the contract, do mutual agreement, and bust out. That's all I want.
Yeah,
But because Conte is going, he's not staying. I'll be very surprised if he's at Spurs in August to start the new season, 2023-2024 season. Conte is gone.
You play
I'm surprised.
You play better when he's on the phone.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm surprised with your prediction about Spurs winning the Champions League, because I think you'll get past AC Milan. I don't see you beating Bayern Munich or PSG, whoever goes through in that, to be honest with you.
I don't, to be honest.
And then obviously there are other teams in there as well. But like you say, the guy's had an op. He's decided to stay in Italy for some apparent reason. Anybody who's invested in their job and wants to be at the place that they're at doesn't stay in their hometown regardless of whether family's there or not. He's just so disinterested, and it might end up being a blessing in disguise for Tottenham because, like you say, I don't see him being there come the start of next season. I think you'll be looking for another manager, and I think it will be a blessing in disguise for you guys.
I can see Levy sacking him before the end of the season. And this is the reason why he didn't bring in extra players in the transfer window. The only player he could bring in was Porro because we knew we needed an upgrade on the right. And guess what? He started against Leicester City, and he was absolutely atrocious. He was absolutely the worst player on the pitch. So just our luck. But the reason why, I don't know. I just think Conte, even though he's not doing it for Spurs, I think he's jammy enough to pull off some crazy thing that when you blink, Spurs are in the final. I think he's that crazy. Because when you look at it now, Tottenham are pretty much in the last 8 of the FA Cup. For me now, you only need the Champions League draw to go your way, and Spurs are in the semis. Because right now, we beat AC Milan. I could see Spurs getting Dortmund. Now, I don't know about you, but Dortmund were pretty poor against Chelsea. If Spurs get Dortmund in the last 8, I'm not going to lie, with a home and away leg, we'll slap up Dortmund. It might be dirty. It might be similar to AC Milan. We lose there, and then we have to bring it back to the lane to slap them up. And then you're in the semis, mate. Then you're in the semis, and anything can happen. Because that game against Ajax, anything happened, and bloody hell, Spurs went through.
Football, it's like
we're in Istanbul. Literally.
Before you talk about, like, AC Milan beat you 1-0, innit? Before you talk about, okay, we're going to be AC Milan, what football are you going to be? You're going to be pragmatic and play back defensively football? You need to go?
Let me tell you one thing, Forward. I love the fact that you asked that question. Tottenham play best when their back is against the wall. Tottenham, we will go 2-0 down and then we'll go for broke. Like, bloody hell, we got nothing to lose. When we played Marseille, we had nothing to lose. Guess what, Forward? We've got nothing to lose against AC Milan next month. I can see Tottenham going for broke. We're going to go out the floodgates of heaven and we're going to spark them. The problem is when we have something to lose. So the first leg of the last 8 against Dortmund, Tottenham are going to play this low block and it's going to be a disaster. But once we lose that tie 1-0, bring them back to the lane, we will win. And that is it. Conte, when he releases the shackles, we do well. When he puts the shackles on, there is nothing we can do.
It can also be detrimental to your club, though, Detch. If Tottenham win anything this season, FA Cup or Champions League. Because let's be real.
Conte will leave regardless.
Let's be real. Your fan base is as fragile as ours.
Yeah.
And if they see a trophy this season, regardless of what kind of football you're playing or whatever, that's all they're going to be bothered about because obviously you haven't won one in so long. And I can see your fan base being like, well, yeah, the football was not great. Conte probably doesn't really want to be here, but if we can win trophies with him, keep him. And there's one man as well. There's one man who could be detrimental in all of this as well. Daniel Levy. Because if Daniel Levy happens to get a bit of success off of one of Tottenham's arguably worst managers in terms of like how he's been at Tottenham, he would be more than welcoming with a new contract. And he would probably be offering big money on the table, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the type of guy that Daniel Levy is.
Let me tell you one thing, though. I hear what you're saying, but one thing I got to big up Conte for is that he's principled. He's a man of principle. And he's going to, if he wins a trophy, the amount of power that Conte is going to have is going to be unbearable, because he's going to say he wants 400 million to spend in the summer. That's who he is. That's why I reckon Conte will do a better job at Chelsea than he will Spurs. Tottenham is not giving Conte 400 mil, and Conte will say, if you don't give me 400 mil, we can't fight for the title and we won't be able to defend the Champions League. I can't, not without 400 mil. Spurs are never going to give it. And then he's going to walk away. This is what he did at Inter Milan, bro. He just won the Serie A. He just won the Scudetto. He went, give me more money so that I can maintain this thing. Inter Milan said, sorry, mate, we ain't got no money. He went, all right, calm, no problem, I'm out. And he was without a job. He didn't go to another job. He was jobless. So I know he's got enough self-respect to be, you know what? I've won you the Champions League, or I've won you the FA Cup, one of them. Suck yourself if you're not giving me 400 mil. Suck yourself, I'm gone. And then he bring back Poch. That's what
Deji, I was going to ask you, what do you think of these people who want to buy Tottenham, these rich billionaires, Iranians, want to buy Tottenham?
Bruv, I was listening to Busta Rhymes, Arab Money in the car. Deji, I don't give a damn. They need to buy Tottenham yesterday. You know, like that. I don't.
Yeah.
I am saying.
Deji, you know Chelsea. Chelsea. Everyone thinks Chelsea. That this guy, this guy who's the face of Chelsea, is pumping all his money. It's not him. It's some Iranian guy from the background, his business partner called Bashari. He's the one put all the money in, bro.
There you go.
And they're saying the guy who wants to be Tottenham he's from them ways, like he got the Iranian money. He's richer than him.
Mate, to be honest, I was gonna say Tottenham under Levy, we can't do anything. The Premier League has become a billionaires' playground. If you ain't got the billions to play, then what you're doing is like trying to go into Mayweather's strip club with no peas. You're just gonna look stupid. And that's how it is right now. We need someone who can throw some derbs, who can throw some dollars. What? 150 mil for our Enzo? No problem. 200 mil for Neymar? Yeah, come. 300 mil for Mbappe? Like what? That's what you need. That's what you need nowadays.
It might happen.
Bro, let me tell you. If Tottenham get this brother to take over and he's got the money that you say he's got, I'm gonna be twerking. I'm gonna be shameless. I don't care. Where do you want me to shake? That's where I'm at. Do you get me? Because honestly, that's what it takes now. That's why Newcastle fans were getting excited without any money being spent, because they knew what I won. They knew what was coming. What I am surprised about.
Love for jumping on. Go on. Yeah,
what I'm surprised about is that no one's coming in for your club, because you man need something like that yourself if you don't want to compete.
I don't really listen. We got I think he's the 4th richest owner in the Premier League. We're not that broke,
is it?
Yeah.
Man, 4th richest going on cheap though.
Huh?
They're going on too cheap.
City are above us. Chelsea are above us in terms of richest owner, and Newcastle.
Yeah,
they're the 3. We're the 4th. We got the 4th richest. I think our owner's worth 6.8 billion. Really? Todd Bowley's worth 10.9, something like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously Man City, and then I think Newcastle something like 200 and something billion. So we got money to spend, bro, but we don't do it properly. And the thing is, the problem is that I call out Fuad because he doesn't call out the club, bro, and he overhypes stuff like he's 16, and the guy's old enough to be my uncle. It's not acceptable. You know, they're way there. It's not acceptable, bro. But listen, you got away with it this week. You got away with it. Yeah,
Well,
you got away.
You know what it is? You're right. The Tottenham defeat to Leicester was a poor defeat. But I feel like, whether we like it or not, dropping points against Brentford and the way you got slapped up yesterday, that just overshadowed the Tottenham 4-1. You can take the 4-1 because we're not fighting for the league, but you man got 8 points, pretty much got clawed in the space of what, a week and a half.
Bro, did I not tell you all of this? Do you know what I'm saying? I told you this would happen, bro. And I told you I'm not going to put my neck out, bro. I said we can't win the league. We can't. And you know what? It just goes hand in hand with what you said. Is this a Leicester for Arsenal? And with us not doing business in January, I think you're flat. I think we'd be flattered to be compared to Leicester because at least they won the league. We're not even going to win the league, bro. Yeah. So I don't see us winning the league. I don't see us sustaining it. I don't think this manager's tactically aware.
And bro, that's why, sorry to cut you, bro. That's why I'm saying that you, man, are probably worse than Tottenham. It is bad. And I know people are going to be like, what are you talking about? How can a Spurs fan say that? But you've got the finances. Your owner is one of the richest owners in the league. You've got a bigger wage structure than Spurs. In fact, you've probably got the third or fourth highest wage structure in the whole league. What is the reason? That transfer window was worse than Bournemouth's. Bournemouth spending more money than Arsenal in Jan. That's what I can't understand. That for me feels like, looks like your owners are self-sabotaging. I have to say Arsenal is poorly run. I think because with Tottenham, you can say what you like about our squad, but everything else is on point. Our stadium, our facilities, what we're trying to do. And you can see that Tottenham has been built in a way to raise money so that we can improve our first team. Whether you want to buy into that narrative or not, that is what we've been sold. We want to make Tottenham Stadium state of the art so we can have Beyonce, so we can have wrestling, so we can have boxing, so we can have bloody NFL, so we can have bloody Parliament, so that the Prince can get married there. All of that crap to bring in peace. So we have to just say, okay, until the money starts flowing, we're going to have to deal with this rubbish. But you might not have that excuse. So it's poor.
It is what it is. Listen, it is what it is, man. Are you still on with your prediction that Spurs are going to win the Champions League?
Bro, I don't. That's the only. I think someone said in the chat, I don't know if it was TJ or someone said that's at that point, he said he lost faith in me because it wasn't based on any fact. He's right. Whoever said that, you are right. My thing for Tottenham and the Champions League is not based on any facts, but it's just based on a feeling that I have. And I've held this feeling since the start of the season before we kicked a ball, and I'm going to stick with that. I think Spurs will get it over the line against AC Milan. And I think you'd be pleasantly surprised if we draw like a Club Brugge, even if we draw Benfica, bro. Dortmund or Benfica.
Put some respect for Benfica. You already had Sporting.
Benfica,
did Sporting not beat you this year? Now, Benfica, bro, are you mad, bro?
I know, but I just feel like Fernandes not being in their midfield has left a major hole, bro.
Don't worry, man. Roger Schmidt, he knows what he's doing, bro. Don't worry about that, man.
I just think Fernandes not being there.
Big boy, Benfica, you mad? 37 league titles.
Remember, you lost Nunes and Enzo.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, bro. They've been replaced. You got Gonçalo Ramos, and you've got other men that will go in the midfield. You got Rafael Silva's playing centrally. Don't worry about that, bro.
Okay, all right. I will take AC Milan now. I'll take Dortmund or Benfica next round. Or I'll take you. I'll take you, man.
You told me you're slapping them 3-0, yeah? You held it 1-0.
Bruv, I told you I was slapping them 3-0. I just didn't qualify and win.
Second leg thing. Listen, love for jumping on, bro. People, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to my boy Dej as well. You already know how it is. But yeah, bro, it is what it is, man. Absolute disgrace. And
weekend prediction real quick. Weekend prediction real quick before we go.
well, we've got who we got again?
You got Villa.
Yeah, we got Villa. That's it. My man went black. We got Villa. I'm saying 2-1 Villa. I got no faith in this team right now. 2-1 Villa.
I got a one. You know what? I think you lot will win. I think you lot will beat Villa. So I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal.
I don't know, bro. I don't see Arteta changing his tactics, his substitutions, everything stays the same, bro. And like I said, I've seen Emery do it against us with Villarreal, and I think this Aston Villa team is better than Villarreal. So that's the difference when you come up against a tactician. But who are you lot got on the weekend?
We got West Ham at home. I think West Ham have just been poor. I think Spurs can squeeze a 2-1. I think we can.
I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1 West Ham. Come on, West Ham. Come
really?
on, man.
Wow. I think Spurs will win.
It's a London rivalry, so they hate you. You lot hate them.
Yeah, but we slap them up in our yard every time.
Huh?
We slap them up in our yard every time.
Who's a bigger club, West Ham or Tottenham?
Oh, bro, let's not.
That's a good argument there.
Bro, West Ham don't even. They're not even fit to brush our shoes, bro. Them men are going Championship. You get me?
What do you mean, bro? They got a nice stadium.
The Championship. I don't speak to teams that are in the bottom three.
No, but hold on. They got a big stadium, yeah.
No, they've been loaned.
They don't win anything.
They were loaned. They were given a stadium by the British government.
I swear you lot wanted that stadium as well.
No.
Yeah.
We built our team.
You lot wanted to be
We've got
donated.
the best stadium in world football, bro.
Now you're acting bougie, yeah? Because you got the new thing.
The best stadium in world football, my guy. Why would we want the Olympic Park? You know like that. What are you talking about?
Because we love saving £1, innit?
Nah.
How much did your stadium cost?
Billion.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
How much? I swear they're only renting it for like 10.
They rent it for like 2 mil. They rent it for like 2 mil a season.
Oh, is it 2 mil?
Yeah.
You're telling me Levy will take that quick things, bro.
No, we don't need that, bro. What we got is on point. What Tottenham got right now, nobody can touch. Nobody.
But what do Tottenham do that you can say that you're bigger than West Ham?
Everything.
Like what?
The club, the players on the pitch, the stadium, the facilities, the hotel, the food, you name it, bro. The colour of the kit, everything. West Ham are not in the equation, bro. When I think of West Ham, I also think of Norwich and Huddersfield.
Listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Listen, people, love for jumping on, love for all the comments and the interaction. Make sure you like and subscribe. And without further ado, we're out.